So you have decided to start to declutter or begin a minimalist journey on your own, but you're a bit unsure on where and how to start. Then this video will help you get off the right track from the get-go. Because minimalism and decluttering is really just about creating the time and the space to do the things that you really care about. You may have things around the house that are taking a ton of time away from you and probably also creating stress in your life without even realizing it. So it comes to no surprise that a one-size-fits-all approach isn't really viable in minimalism and decluttering. The most important thing is to start where it matters. The Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule, says that 80% of the results comes from 20% of the effort. Translating that to our situation, it means that if we start with the right stuff, then we already have 80% of the results. So think through your life and your day and really feel, where is the clutter? It could be, for example, that you have a very cluttered kitchen, and that means that you don't really cook yourself. That means you don't get proper nutritious food, you eat a lot of takeaway, which costs extra money, and thus you have a negative spiral both for your finances and for your health. It can be that you have too much clothing, so you feel overwhelmed getting dressed in the morning. It can also be that you are having negative thoughts about yourself based on that, and maybe it feeds a shopping habit because you don't really know what you have, so you continue buying new stuff. So even though that you have to put thought into your own life and to see where you actually want to start, here are some ideas that, at least from my perspective, will help a lot of people. So number one, plates, mugs and glasses. You probably know what I'm going for here, and you can probably recognize this scenario where you open up a cupboard and you try to reach in to grab a mug, and it's almost like that scene from Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, where Indy has to swap the statue. So you try to reach in without knocking everything over and try to grab one mug, and wouldn't it just be easier just to have the select few rather than so much stuff in there? Also, when you have to empty the dishwasher, it's a lot easier when you have much less stuff to put back than if you have too much. I've seen some friends' cabinets where it's like there's only one solution how you need to stack everything for it to fit in there. So yeah, if you get rid of the extra mugs and extra glasses and that, then it will alleviate some stress for you, and it will be less cluttered, and there will be less time used when putting everything back and doing your dishes. Number two, clothing. If you have something in your closet that you either don't wear anymore, can't fit anymore, or just don't even like anymore, it's probably time to get rid of it, because it might take more time away from you than you might realize. When you put away your laundry, even though that you have the excess clothes, you still need to put it back into your closet, and you still need to rearrange it to have everything fit in there. In addition, it also adds a lot of visual distraction that extends how long it takes to get ready in the morning, and probably also sits as a mental burden because you see so much that you don't wear. Maybe even feeds you negative thoughts if it was something you used to like wearing when you were slimmer or in better shape. Get it decluttered, and it'll save you a bunch of time and also add to your mental clarity. Number three is your desk. And that goes for both your desk at home and at the office. Because the key to productivity is to have a clean desk, or at least an organized one. I've seen colleagues spend almost hours daily just rummaging through the files on their desk, trying to find the one thing they need to continue, or the one thing they need to give to a colleague or their boss, without finding it because it's so disorganized. And you probably also recognize it from yourself. Those days when you have a clear agenda, everything is nicely organized in front of you, those are also the days that you feel the most productive, and probably also the days where you are the most productive. Possible side effects from this is also that you'll gain praise among your peers, possible raises and promotions, and also just the benefit that you can focus on the task at hand instead of stressing about unnecessary details. Number four are basements, sheds, storage units, attics, wherever you store stuff that you do use occasionally. For example, here in Denmark we have very seasonal weather. The winters can be -15 and the summers can be like 30, 35 plus degrees, and the spring and autumn are everything in between. So we obviously need a lot of different stuff to rotate between the seasons. So obviously there are some scenarios where you do need to save stuff, but I will almost guarantee that if you go through it, you'll find a lot of stuff that you have saved over the years because you thought you were going to need it in the future that you can get rid of. And in addition to that, it'll give you a lot of extra space. It'll give you mental clarity to get rid of everything that you have saved and not needed at all anyway. This can be everything from old magazines, CD, DVDs, memorabilia, old clothing, and also one of the classic is that bag that everybody got with old cables and chargers and so on. And no, you will not need a Nokia 3310 charger in 2021. The key to this is to be as cutthroat as possible. You really have to dig hard and just get rid of stuff that you don't need anymore. If you are on the fence about something, try to remember the last time you used it. If you can remember the last time you used it, then it's probably there for a reason and might be something you need to save. If you can't remember that, it could be something that you would at least think about getting rid of. That was it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and I hope you enjoyed the ideas. If you did like my content, please like and subscribe for more of it, and I'll see you in the next one.